Hi everybody, welcome to my flosstube. My name is Doreen and my business name is Privies and Prims, and it's mostly about cross stitch and punch needle. So I've got some things to show you today, and I want to go over the sewing retreat that I was just at. It was actually a quilting retreat, and I don't quilt, but they allowed me to come. It was 12 of us all together, and it's a ladies camping group that I belong to, and this was an event that was planned for quilting. And like I said, I don't quilt, but I wanted to take something that was sewing to work on. So I decided I was going to make project bags. So if you saw my last video, my last floss tube, I talked about it and showed all the fabrics that I got. And I'm going to say that after spending a weekend doing that, I am going to leave the project bags up to the professionals. So I have two here that I'm going to show you that I ordered from one of the professionals that sells on Etsy, and that is her full-time thing, and I am going to refer everyone over to her. Now, the ones that I made, I am going to take to my cross-stitch retreat next week, and I will be selling them there. They will not be the price of the ones that the professionals are making because they are not that quality. I could put them on Etsy, which I will do if I have any left over, but I would rather people see them in person, see the flaws, and that way if they still want them, then they can buy them. So they will be available at the retreat for those that are going. So let's get started. I did not do any cross stitch since my last floss tube, which I think was Wednesday or Thursday it must have been Wednesday last week. I haven't done any cross stitch, so I did not work on the wedding cross stitch. And I have had some great suggestions on what to do about the red lettering, which was supposed to be a branch, and I didn't know it. So I'm going to try maybe a couple different things. I just haven't decided yet, but I am not going to worry about getting that done right now. It might get done, and it might just wait until Christmas. Well, I won't wait till Christmas to finish it, but it would be a Christmas gift. Excuse me, rather than a wedding gift, because the wedding is 2 weeks from Wednesday and today's Monday. So I'm not going to worry about rushing it because I have the other one finished. So, and I'll be getting a different gift for them also. So let me get started. We did go to a quilt store, and welcome everybody. I'm glad you're all here, all the new people and all the returning people. I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. So during the quilt retreat, we did started Thursday evening, and everybody just went in and got right to work, and I got it right into making project bags. And then Friday was another sewing day, but I went to lunch with some of my camping friends from my vintage camper group, and we went out for Japanese. And then some of us girls, we went to Belk's and looked for an outfit for me to wear to my son's wedding. And then I went back for some more sewing. Then Saturday morning at the quilt retreat, we went to a quilt store in Gaffney, South Carolina, and I was able to find some primitive fabrics. Now, at the time, I had not given up on the project bags yet, and I bought this fabric. And I love the fabric, but I mean, it was $13.99 a yard, and I got 1 yard of 3 different ones. So that was $45 just for 3 pieces of fabric. So yeah, that hurts. But I have it, and I can't find primitive fabric around here. So I may make some. This is the one that caught my eye first, and I may make some project bags from this to sell at the retreat. So I'm in my living room because the lighting is better. I don't have any lights on. That's just natural light coming in the window. So this is, I posted it on Facebook, and if you don't follow me on Facebook, go over there and check it out, Privies and Prims. And this, someone asked me who was the designer of the fabric. So all 3 fabrics I'm going to show you are from the same line. And this is Cavalier Crows by Jan Mott, M-O-T-T, of Crane Design for Henry Glass and Company. So it's henryglassfabrics.net. And there's the information if you wanted to find that. So I'm going to make something out of this. It's not, I love the print, but it's not kind of like my color. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, but that was, like I said, they're all $14 a yard. Now this one, I was going to use, like I had project bags in mind, so I thought this one for the lining, but the really like one, I don't know, this one has more of a red tint to it, but it would still probably look okay. But I'm not even sure how this is going to show up, but it's got little stars on it. I don't know if it's focused, and if you can see that. That is also the same designer. These are all three the same designer. And I love this one. There. Again, can you see the little calico print, the little flowers? So they had this in two different colors. The other one was more of a white and black, which is not my thing. I like warm tones, so I got that. So again, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but that's what we did there. So let's get to the first night on Thursday. I made this project bag. This was the first one, and it's all made out of wool. Trying to get the lighting here. There we go. So that's wool applique. The first thing I did was the wool applique stitching. That's probably more accurate for the color right there. So I did the wool applique stitching, and then I had to put it together. I really like this one. This one's for me. I'm going to keep this one. Now, and it has a zipper on top. What I don't like about this one is all the seams, there's raw seams inside. So someone at the retreat told me to take pinking shears and cut that with pinking shears, or I was thinking I could maybe hand stitch a binding to it or something. And then all the seams on the inside that go around are also just raw seams. But I really like this bag. And let me get the book that this is in, and I'll show it to you. Okay, this is the book that it's in. It is not a pattern. It is not a magazine. It is a book. And it says US $26.99. I know I did not pay that much for it, so look for it like on eBay or Amazon. Jennifer Gaston, Gaston, is the designer of everything in the book. And then this is called Woolly Bird. And there's the directions to make it. So it wasn't really hard at all. I mean, it's got step-by-step directions. You just have to concentrate and follow through, you know, to see what you're doing. So I made this one. I used a 12 gauge vinyl, clear vinyl from Joann's. And I bought a half a yard, and I was able to do all the bags that I have here. And then I had enough left for maybe one more bag. So then I went to do the fabric ones, and I was following the video tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I didn't have a pattern. I just watched that tutorial video, and then like she has all the measurements in the description box and everything. I had to change the measurements in mine because I was working with the fabric that I had, and I talk about that in my last floss tube. So when I showed all the fabrics close up. So these are all the ones I made. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus this one. So I had a very productive weekend, even with going out to eat and things. So I just decided I really don't like it. I wasn't sure I would like making the bags, but I know now I really don't like it. But I am going to make a few more just to sell at the retreat. So this was the first one I did in the cloth, and love this. I'm going to keep this one just because I love the fabric. And you can see it's small. I think it's maybe an 8x9 or something. It's small. But what I did is, in my head, I wasn't like starting out watching the video. I was like, because I had made this one the night before, and this one was still in my head, and I thought, okay, I remember how to do it. And I made the front like this, which was wrong. So that got wasted. But I did cut out the clear vinyl so I can use it on something else. So this one was kind of my trial and error one. And I should have done it on a fabric that I didn't like. And I mean, I know from a distance it looks good, and it's the same thing on all of them. Like there's 2 rows of stitching here because the first row wasn't, well, first of all, you see how narrow this is? It's because I cut it wrong, and then I wasn't, again, it was the first one. I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I ended up just having like a 1/4 inch turned up where it should be more than that. And you'll see on the other ones, but it should be more like a 1/2 inch. But the row wasn't like close enough to the edge, so, and it was kind of like out, like where you could pull it out, and I wasn't sure if the vinyl was even caught, so I had to go over another line, and the lines kind of might go like this and then like this and then back together and then like that, so they're not perfect even though I tried, but some of the lines are like that. So it might not bother some people, but those things really bother me, really bother me. If I had paid for this, like ordered it online and it came like that, I would not be happy. So anyway, this is my first cloth one. So this is a keeper, keeping it. Love the Teresa Kogut fabric. And I bought that in Pennsylvania at the Log Cabin Quilt store in Bird in Hand. So to go with this, even though this one's really small, some of the ones I made are notion bags. So again, using the fabric, I had only bought a 1/4 yard. So then I had a piece for the inside. So I used the coordinating fabric as the main fabric. And there's that one. So I don't even remember why, but it has 2 rows of stitching on the outside. So this one's kind of the same thing. It's not too bad, but it's not straight and perfect. And I like things straight and perfect. Maybe somebody else doesn't care. But yeah, so I'm going to keep these. So after that, I did an outhouse one. Now you see how much wider the binding is on these. These are not hard to make. They're really not. They're really easy. If I could have gotten all my mitered corners perfect and all of my stitching straight lines, and you know, I would be a lot happier with them. But so this one has outhouse fabric, and then it's like a flannel on the inside. It's like a really dark brown with like black stripes there. And it has a notion bag to match, which is totally the outhouse fabric, using what I had. And I have 2 sets of those. So these are maybe about an 8x10, and then these are like a 5x7. Close to it. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but so they came out okay. And then I made this one. This fabric is from Hobby Lobby. And then the lining fabric is from a quilt store in Jonesboro, Tennessee. So you can see the flowers. I don't know if you can tell the flowers. The shape of the flowers are almost the same as the shape of the flowers on the main fabric here. So that one will be available, and the outhouse ones will be available. And then this one was the last one I made. And I was really tired, really tired by the end of the night on Saturday. And I just said, this is my last one. I have a couple pieces. They're cut out for a couple more notion bags that I'll probably finish. But this one, don't laugh at me. I was tired. So I'm going to keep this one because see if you figure out what's wrong with it. Do you notice what's wrong with it? There's the front and there's the back. So see if you can figure that out. Yeah, the back is upside down. So I would have to take all of this stitching out, which I may do one day when I don't feel like doing something else. And then I also stitched on the corners where they're mitered. I stitched on each corner. So I have to take all that out, flip it around, and then put it back on. And this is another one that I'm keeping. So I may do that just, you know, because it's so cute. That was a fat quarter fabric at my local quilt store in Tennessee. And so it was the end of what they had of that. And it was just so cute. But yeah, it was time to quit. So at the end of this one, I said, that's it. I'm retiring from being a bag maker. Leave it to the professionals. So those are the bags that I got done. There are close-up pictures. I'll put pictures at the end of the video, still shots, but they're also on Facebook if you want to see them. Now, after that, it was Saturday night. I was tired. I actually was going to go take a nap, but it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I thought, this is our last night together. And if I go back to the cabin and take a nap, I'm not going to want to come back because I was so exhausted. And the girls may be gone when I get back. So I decided to tough it out and stay. So I decided to start Punchneedle, which I took with me. This is Brenda Gervais. I took Punchneedle wool applique, my wedding stitch, which I did not stitch at all. I did not do any wool applique, but I did this little bit of the snowman on the Punchneedle. And it's just a little tiny thing, really small. So this will be a store sample for the shepherd's needle, I think. Or it might be for her personally, actually. Not sure about that. So that was it. And then Sunday morning I got up and left. I think some of the girls went down to the clubhouse Sunday morning, and I don't know if they had breakfast or whatever, but there's a gnat flying around my face. But I just got ready and went home. Except I did stop in Asheville, North Carolina to a Belk's there, and I was looking for a different thing. That's a whole long story on my wedding outfit, but anyway. So the shirt I got, I'll tell you quick, the part of it. The shirt that I got at Hammericks was $64.50. I never spend that much money. Like, this is like, you know, $6 or $7 at Old Navy. I'm a jeans and t-shirt girl, so I had to find something dressy. I am not going to wear a dress, but the girls said, no, you have to wear black dress pants, not navy blue, not brown. You got to get black. Everybody needs black dress pants. And then, so one of the girls said she was going to dress me. She was going to go with me and make sure I got something fitting for the mother of the groom. So we got, and you'll see pictures after the wedding. I'll show you pictures. But then that's what part she said, you know, they're going to have these pictures for the rest of their life. You're going to be in them and you need to be nice. So anyway, the top was an Alfred Dunner. It's white lace, like eyelet. It's really pretty. And it was $64.50. And I was like, well, I'll get it, but I'm going to look for something cheaper in the meantime. So that was at a store called Hammericks. And so on the way home, I knew there was a Belk's and in Asheville. So I went there, and they had Alfred Dunner too. And I got excited because, well, maybe they have it cheaper. And they had it for 50% off. They had one left, and it was 50% off. And then I had a $10 coupon. So it ended up being like $22. So yay me. So guess what? The other one's gone back, but it's the same shirt. So that was exciting. I don't like paying $64.50 for clothes. And I was justifying it like, well, you know, how often do I buy nice clothes? Like, never. I go to thrift stores. So it was like, okay, it's a special occasion. It's my son's wedding, you know, but I still was like, yeah, I don't like paying $64.50. So thrilled to death I got it cheaper. Okay, so for the retreat, I did contact someone, a couple people, and ask if they wanted to donate for door prizes. And I showed you last week that Primrose Cottage donated patterns. And if you are familiar with Denise, Dot Goose Design, she is a project bag maker. And she very willingly said, yes, I would love to donate something. And our small theme is patriotic. And she sent me this one. Now, I think this fabric, she said, was from Primitive Gatherings. And it's got all the states on there. Isn't that cool? And then the background is flags. So I don't know if that's Primitive Gatherings also, but it might be. So this is her project bag, and she's got her little tag here. So this, if you want a project bag, is who I'm going to refer you to, because hers, I'm looking at this stitching is perfectly straight. So yes, Denise, I am sending everybody over to you, and you can enjoy making these. I don't. But Denise does a great job anyway. She did also send me some little cards with coupon codes on them to hand out to everyone at the retreat. So she sent me enough, I think, for everybody. So everybody will get one. But this will be a door prize. And it even has the little zipper pull, has the fabric with that on it. So very nice, Denise. And then I also ordered one from her for myself. Now, last year I didn't know I needed a project bag until I had one, until somebody gave me one. I was using Ziploc bags. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just use a Ziploc bag. Well, now that I have 3, 4, I want one. So I'm still a monogamous stitcher, but I want a choice of which bag I'm going to use, right? So now I have choices. So this one is also from Denise, and it's Teresa Kogut. I think it's called Stitchy Friends, and it has like, where is it at? There's a tomato pin keep in here, right here. Like, see the tomato pin cushion? And then it says needle and thread here. And it says O to sew right there. It's hard to see. What else does it say? Oh, the bird has like some DMC floss under its feet. I think, like I said, I think this is called Stitchy Friends. And when you order from her, you have a choice of what color zipper you want. And I picked the olive green just because that's my favorite. And let me show you this because it's under the business card. The bird, this bird is on a sewing machine. You can see that. And then this is the back. Also Teresa Kogut fabric. So I love this. Love, love, love. Her bags are $28 on Etsy. Dot Goose Design. Definitely look her up. She makes really nice bags, nicer than mine. So I won't be taking any business away from her, I'm sure. Also, I get my trims from Purple Paper Mountain. And she sent me some samples of some new ones that she's carrying. And I'm just going to hold these up. So one is a rickrack. Get the lighting. It's kind of an olive green. Or, yeah, it's called grayish green. I like that you wrote that on there, Christy, because I can't remember what they're all called. This one is CLUNY lace off white, and she said it's cotton, so it should coffee stain or walnut stain really easy. It is, again, Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. And this is I guess it's Cluny, CLUNY lace, and this is the natural color. Her prices are super great, and she ships either the same day or the next day, so you get it really fast. This is taupe. It's kind of a brownish color of the rickrack. And then this one is the Cluny lace dark blue. It looks bright here, but I'm not sure what you're seeing. Sometimes it looks really bright on my end, but then when I play back, it looks normal. This is like a navy. Actually, in real life, it's navy blue. So that, I think that's all I have for you today, because like I said, I didn't do any stitching. I'm going to put some pictures at the end, and they are the quilts that the girls were making, and some quilt tops were finished, but of course there wasn't time to do like the batting and the backing and all that stuff, but several got their quilt tops finished. So I'm going to insert some pictures here at the end of that. I did not take pictures like during the thing because it is a women's camping group and there is a safety issue. So if you've ever heard of them, it's Sisters on the Fly. And if you look up sistersonthefly.com, you will see all about the group that maybe you want to join it. So I definitely will be going back next year. Lord willing, I hope to go back next year. I'll have to figure out something different to make because I don't think I'll be making project bags. And I want to take something that is sewing. So I have something in mind that would be like the gift for my retreat next spring. So I may be doing that. I don't know what it's called or anything. So, and I don't want to show you because it would be a surprise, but I have something in mind that I could be making that is done with the sewing machine. So I think that's it, everybody. I did stay at a cabin at the campground, and I did a video, and I put that on my other channel, Camping Therapy, and I will put the link to that down below in the description box in case you want to watch the video and see where I stayed at. The cabin was nice. It did need, it could use some updating. Like, I think the walls are all that old paneling, like from the 80s, and it either needs like stain over it or paint or whitewash or something. But I mean, it's just outdated, but it, it was clean and it had everything I needed. So, and the price was right, and I didn't have to tow my camper. So all that was good. So, I will be towing my camper next week to the retreat, my cross-stitch retreat. Anyway, rambling on. See you next video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Let me know as far as comments. Have you ever made a project bag? Or do you use Ziploc bags? Do you use project bags? That's what our discussion is going to be this week. So, and thank you again for all the tips on the wedding one last week. I read all the comments and I answer all the comments. See you next time. Bye. I'm back. I forgot to show you something that came in the mail. This is what I was waiting for last week, and also the project bag. But this is a pin that I got. Now, back probably in 2004, I had ordered a custom pin from this lady to use because I was doing a lot of craft shows. Well, I've lost that pin. It'll probably show up now that I bought another one. But I want to show you this. So this is wood, and it is laser etched or laser engraved, and then she hand paints them. And it's my logo, and I did not want it. She sells them as pins, but I wanted it as a magnet on the back because I don't like to put pins in my shirt. So she puts like a rectangle magnet on it, not a little round one, but if you want it just for a refrigerator magnet, whatever, the little round one. But I want it to wear, so it's the long rectangle, and then you put one side of the magnet on the inside of your shirt, and then you don't have pinholes or clips or anything. So this is, again, the design that I picked, and I believe it was $20 for one. Now this is almost the size of a business. Yeah, it's about the size of a business card. So $20 for one with free shipping, and it is custom. She'll do, whatever you want on it. So, and then I got a second one. She said if you get a second one, it's only $6. So for $26 plus tax, I got 2 of them in case I lose another one. And this is her business name, Daisy Meadow Designs, hand painted art by Joni. And there are the QR codes if you want to scan those, or you can look her up on Etsy. And let me see, here's the QR codes for Etsy and Amazon. She sells on both. So hopefully you can pause it if you're interested in that. And this is her information. I hope that's clear. Daisy Meadows. So Daisy Meadow Designs, hand painted art by Joni. It's Joni Klein, Klein. Email is pins and then the number 4 and the letter U at charter.net. So pins4u@charter.net. So she is on Amazon and Etsy. So that is it. Check her out if you want a custom pin to wear to shows or retreats or whatever, and she'll do it for you.